This is TWiT.
The information says Apple is planning a podcasting subscription service, looking at what Spotify's doing. But they also caution that Apple looks at a lot of things. Doesn't mean they're going to do it.
Yes, everything.
Everything.
1,000 no's for every yes.
Yeah. What do you think?
Are we auditioning, Leo? Should I sit up straight?
You know, Lisa said, we should call them. I said, Apple's never, they don't want what we do. That's not the kind of thing they'll do. In fact, I wonder if they'd even do technology podcasting. The hot topic now in podcasting anyway is, you know, these true crime and kind of fiction shows, suspense shows, that kind of thing.
Or like the Jake Paul and Joe Rogan podcasts.
Yeah. Ugh. I mean,
that's Jake Paul. Sorry, Logan Paul.
That is part of the problem. Like you have to hook up your wagon to people who are getting huge audiences, oftentimes because they're dealing with very, very fiery content, let's say. And you're kind of
I have to think Spotify's saying, geez, that Joe Rogan deal, was that a good deal? Should we have gone there?
And Joe Rogan might be saying that.
Yeah, well, he got $100 million. I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's got any problems.
Got Howard Stern money. He's fine.
Yeah.
That's a lot of watches.
But no, you're right. And Apple is very, very cautious about their reputation, right? As much so as Disney.
Brand image.
Yeah. So that is a challenge.
Yeah, it would be interesting if they decided to produce their own podcast, though. Like, what if they decided to do their own newscast, to do their own arts channel, as a complement to all the other stuff that they're doing with content creation? Now that they have a studio for doing TV and movies, they could set up a radio studio and simply say, we have an idea for a 12-part radio documentary, or we have an idea for a season-long. We're going to buy the rights to Neil Gaiman's next book and turn that into a fully produced 22-episode audio series.
That's much more likely. The Apple TV Plus model, except it's audio. I think that's exactly what they would do.
My only concern is that they'll do not that. Like, they'll buy Neil Gaiman's book, they'll make that into a TV Plus series, and then pay Neil Gaiman to host a podcast about it. Like the podcast that they were doing for HBO does a lot of those. They had a Watchmen podcast, and they had a Chernobyl podcast with Craig Mazin, and they have so much content already. They don't bother to podcast really well. Like, they have so many music-centric interviews and things that they're only starting to sort of get up to speed with podcasts. But I think they will look at it as, well, I guess it depends on who they get to run it, but my guess is it'll stay with Eddie Q's media division, and they will do it very much like other entertainment brands have done it.
That makes sense.
It won't be like the podcast nerds inside Apple who get to run it, sadly.